What's your initial take on this deal?
Well, my sense is that this was an objectively argued and negotiated process, and it's fact-based. The supply-demand realities were acknowledged, and I think they really bought into the notion that we need to act now and not let things get out of control on the upside. That's quite an informed decision process by the Saudis, and I think there probably was some trade-off with Iran, but it was well done.
So what does that wind up meaning for the future of the oil market? Does that kind of put a permanent cap then on any price rally we may see?
Well, I think what we've got is it's going to be a very iterative process. The next 6 months, we'll know whether the 600,000 is enough. The risk here, and the markets are speaking even today, the risk here is that that's not enough, and there'll be another meeting and another series of steps to accommodate what global demand is calling for.
So, Tom, the Iranians, as far as we can understand, don't only want to get money out of oil. They also want to put as much pressure as possible on the United States about those sanctions. What did they get out of this deal to help them accomplish that?
I think they get positioning where they look to be a well-behaved partner in the process of OPEC's decision-making. That's probably to their benefit because there may well have been something passed between the Saudis and them on, look, you can be a partner in this, and ultimately it'll be to your benefit.
But ultimately, the Saudis are not going to help the Iranians with respect to the U.S. sanctions, right? I mean, as far as we can tell,
No.
The Saudis and the U.S. are on the same page on that. And isn't that really Iran's first priority?
Iran, I think, really does have to finesse that. And there is that, some of the articles you see now, they're saying, if you can deal with North Korea and shake hands in front of the TV and the cameras and so on, why can't you do it with us? And who knows what we may be dealing with in 6-9 months from now. But there could be an element of that.
Tom, the oil price off the highs of the session, but Brent still up over 1%. Part of that could also be the fear of unleashing oil from Saudi Arabia and Russia is taken off the table. How do you factor in a Russia and a Saudi Arabia wanting to pump more in the future? Do you expect them to cheat?
No, I don't. I think this is a very different model from times past. I think what they want to do is make sure that we don't get to 80 too quickly, if you will. The calculations on the IPO for Saudi Aramco is such that people think, well, we're going to need even higher than 80 for Saudi to balance all the books. But the reality is, when you get there, and do you get there in a sustainable way, or do you get in there in a spiral that is self-defeating? And I think they've acknowledged by this action and the way they've gone about it that they don't want to have the spiral.